Hey, folks, this is your host here, Vilma Selage for Life of a Veteran. We have a special guest today, Mr. Jay Williams, businessman, father, and husband. Also, he has a puppy too, really cute. Once the YouTube's up, like you guys will see it. Hopefully, we'll know because we weren't recording. And then, like, his wife is like pretty cool too. So, but I would actually like him to talk about where he's from a little bit and why he joined the Marine Corps. And hopefully we'll get some advice and stories as well. All right, let's start this fucking podcast, everyone. Hey,
Let's
Jay.
go. How's it going?
Good.
All
How
right.
are you?
So I'm not doing bad, right? Just got back home. All right. I'm chilling out and ready to get this interview started, really.
Awesome.
I'm a pretty plain guy. All right. So in regards to where I'm from, all right, I'm from Morgantown, West Virginia. All right, born and raised. I live in Fairmont, West Virginia. It's only 20 minutes away. All right. I joined the Marine Corps in 2004 till May of 2013. Right. In regards to why I joined because of 9/11. Right. As well as for college options because I was smart enough for school, but I didn't apply myself, so I wasn't getting any scholarships. So of course GI Bill, which I did utilize. So, but mostly it was 9/11 because I was literally in history class when the towers got attacked. So, and that was what solidified me to go to the military. But in regards to why I chose Marine Corps, I chose them because back then I'm definitely short, so I had Napoleon complex, and of course the Army was throwing out bonuses, and Marine Corps was just like, yeah, don't be a bitch. So I went ahead and joined the Marine Corps. Okay, that's roughly it from that regard. All right. What's next?
Now, my question: how old were you when you were when the towers hit? So, like, what? I mean, so that made you decide. You're just like, I gotta join the military.
I was 15.
Wow.
Yeah. I always knew I was going to go to the military or do something, or maybe be a police officer or something, or maybe be a mechanic or something, because I've always been good with my hands. I also was interested in cooking too, but that happened. It solidified me into going to the military because I'm pretty patriotic, right? And I don't like bullies. I don't like my homeland being attacked, right? So that's really what solidified me there.
History class. That's a coincidence. I don't know if you believe in coincidences, but I remember I was in fifth grade actually when the towers hit, and I was in Miss Shear's class, and man, it boiled my effing blood as a kid. You
Oh
you
yeah,
could fucking swear on this, but it was just one of those moments where it chapped my ass. I don't know about you. I mean, obviously, like it made you join.
yeah. I was definitely pissed, especially for seeing people who had nothing or not a damn thing to do with anybody be killed over bullshit reasons. Honestly, in my opinion, right? Whether it be political or religious or a mixture thereof. Even though most wars are started over religion anyway, still there's no point in it nowadays, right? So if you're going to attack me or attack my family or attack my country, I'm going to hit you back, right? Definitely for sure. I'm very protective, and so it's just how I am by nature.
And now, can you explain your MOS, and then you also had a billet as well too, right? And I
Yes,
believe you deployed. I'll wait to get with the third question. Let's just stick with these two for now.
cool. I was in 1171. All right, same as you, Mayor Sullage, but I was back when it was called the Basic Hygiene Equipment Operator. All right, then I was in when it got changed to Water Support Technician. All right,
Polly Shore.
yep. All right, so turd pusher, if you want to call it that, whatever have you. All right, yes. All right, but I also did Marine security guard duty as well. All right, and that's where you guard the embassies overseas, and you have to be really in the top 10% to actually even get selected to go for that. And I actually got to do that only 9 months into the fleet. I got selected to go and went to Cairo, Egypt, and Czech Republic off of that. And then, of course, I've been deployed to Iraq and Kuwait. I've also done a couple trips to Thailand as well. You were there with me, I think, on a couple of those. Um,
Never been to
went to
Thailand,
Thailand. You
actually.
didn't go to? I thought you went to with me to Thailand.
No, 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 I did
No.
not go to Thailand. I went to the Philippines, I went to Korea, I went to mainland Japan. We were in mainland Japan together for Forest Light, I believe.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay. My memory's fuzzy from then. It's been a little bit too long. All right, but been all around. Of course, Cairo, Egypt, Czech Republic, France, Germany, Iraq, Kuwait, Japan, and Thailand. All right.
Okay, tell us
What's
about
up?
Prague because the women, the women.
Of course, I was young and dumb and full of cum, as they usually say. And yes, the women were definitely. All right, that's why I picked to go to Czech Republic because Cairo, Egypt was my hardship post, and usually once you get your hardship post on the embassy guard duty, you usually they allow you to pick where you go for your next one. So my very first one was a hardship post because Egypt sucked, or at least sucked when I was there, right? Because I could tell the civil war that was that happening a little bit ago was brewing then, and it kind of sucked. All right, so I got to actually pick where I wanted to go, and I was going to go to the Philippines, but the sergeant that was there before just a month ago. He went to the Philippines, and I refused to be around that dude because I'd never met somebody so narcissistic in my life. So I chose Czech Republic instead, and almost had my a prospect for a wife out of there, but didn't pan out because I got kicked out. So there's that. All right, but definitely a beautiful place. It's actually one thing that threw me about the Czech Republic is they use all the same letters of our alphabet with at least like 9 more letters, but a lot of the sounds for letters are reversed. So I would go and try and pronounce something, and they would say a completely different way, and I'm like, how did you get that pronunciation? Right. I can't really go into specifics about it because it just threw my mind for a loop and I can't really remember it. I only learned our command phrases in Czech, which I don't even remember anymore, like stop, get down on the ground, drop the weapon, that kind of thing. But trying to learn how to speak that language was beyond my skill. Right. But definitely a beautiful country. Definitely a lot of stuff to see and do, and or I'll tell you right now, the liquor over there is good too. All right, so there's plenty of good drinking there too. All right, I have a drinking story from that if you want, but don't know if that's appropriate for this podcast or not.
Oh, I mean, we don't, was it, we don't hide, you know what I mean? Like, so whatever you like to share, you know what I mean, in the safe rounds, or if you want to share it now. Um,
Well, my one good drinking story from there, right, is mind you, when you're on embassy guard duty, you are usually the only Marines that those people will ever see in those countries. Right. So of course we always are told, hey, you're representing America in the Marine Corps and mind your P's and Q's, all that kind of thing. Well, I had just gotten in there from Egypt, and Egypt, I was drinking, but I was thinking I was a heavy drinker, and I wasn't because they were watered down all their liquor so they could sell more. Right? They don't do that over in Czech Republic. All right. So I remember in our house that I was living in, I was on the third floor. So I went downstairs. We walked like 3 blocks to the metro, took the metro to the other side of town. Right, walked 2 more blocks to the bar we were at. My favorite drink back then was Long Island iced tea. So I ordered one of those, chug it down. We cross the street to another bar. I get another one. I sip, and I wake up in my room, and I'm like, how the fuck did I get back home? Right? Apparently, I was praying to the porcelain god most of the night, and that was the first time I ever had to do that. But well, that's how that ended. All right. But I do know a couple of nice looking girls were involved too, so there's that. All right, so it was still a good night. All right. So I didn't like Czech Republic, but honestly, the place I'd rather go back to would be Japan in a heart. Right?
mainland or Okinawa?
Um, I didn't mind Okinawa. I didn't mind it. It's just the BS Cinderella curfew shit, right? And especially if you weren't a sergeant and above, you weren't really jack. because they would refuse to give you a gold card unless you were a high enough rank, all right, or kiss enough ass. So having to always be back when stuff was starting to get good, that kind of sucks. Would I go back now to my city? Yeah, all right. But I'd rather go mainland this time because I don't remember. Were you on the op where we were basically training to be grunts for like 6 months and then go to mainland?
Yeah, that was Forest Lake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I forgot the name of that. Thank you. All right, because I
Like
actually
Operation
didn't.
Forest Lake or some shit.
Yeah, I didn't actually get to go out on the limo trip up to Kyoto because I cussed out her staff sergeants during the friendship tent. So,
Oh,
so I never got to go to actually see mainland. So I would actually go back to Japan. As a matter of fact, I plan on taking the wife here soon enough to mainland Japan because we're both anime nuts. So we want to go to Japan. All
you
right, and I'm
going
going
to
to
Tokyo?
I'm going to go to Tokyo and then I don't know what other major city I would see, but I just mostly want to go to Tokyo. And I know my wife wants to go see the One Piece boat or whatever it's called, right? And I just want to go somewhere where there's a Coco's Curry House. So,
Right.
because I miss Coco's.
Can you
But
explain Coco's curry to the audience though?
um Japanese
'Cause-
curry is like a brown gravy, right? But it's spiced, right? And it comes in different levels. There's either level 0 where there's no spice, or there's all the way up to level 10 and you smell it coming from the kitchen. All right. I could never go above a 2, right? Because I'm kind of a baby when it comes to hot food. But it's really hard to describe it because when you get there, everybody tells you that, hey, you gotta go to Coco's Curry House. You gotta go to Coco's Curry House. And then you finally go. And at least for me, in my experience, my first time I had it, I was like, I don't get what the big deal was. But then a week later, I'm like, man, I want some Coco's Curry House. And then you end up going back and then you start making recommendations, right? But you would get an order of rice. I usually get 300 grams of rice, which is basically a medium-sized bowl of rice. And you can either pick a couple different meats. I know they did chicken steak and maybe something else. I usually did chicken. You got a little chicken, double chicken cutlet curry, and some
Cool.
garlic cheese naan bread, which is naan bread is flat bread, but of course they put the cheese and garlic on it, and that mixed with the curry sauce itself. Yeah, it's hard to describe. It is very, very good. All right. And also I miss actual yakisoba, not that pre-made stuff out of like a little wrapper thing. It would actually make the noodles and use the seasonings and everything. Yeah, I miss that. I miss all.
Do
Only
you
thing I
miss
wouldn't
white
touch is sushi and wasabi.
fair?
Let's say again.
Do you miss White Kitchen at all?
I have so tried to recreate options and I still can't do it. Cannot do it. I've tried multiple times. Can't do it. I miss White Kitchen. I what was that bar? AJ's, I think it was. We paid $45 at the bar at the
Yeah.
door. And you got drinks all night. Miss that. All right. I definitely miss White Kitchen for sure because I would always get the either chicken or beef yakisoba from there. Oh yeah, and that was perfect drinking food for when we would go to River Mountain, which was our shop bar. Or at least I went there for 3 years straight until Manami uh, poured one of my drinks down the drain. I almost left behind the daggone bar and smashed all the balls, but that's neither here nor there. But the good times there too.
Yeah, I want. Oh, yeah. I wonder how it is now. I don't know, Okinawa. It's been forever.
I still think about it, but I'm kind of jaded with how I ended up getting out of the core anything in the first daggone place. So I have fond memories and a lot of crappy ones too. Right,
Right.
but I just miss the food and I miss the camaraderie because I was I don't know if you remember I actually cried when I was leaving, right? Because Marine Corps was all the family I knew
Right.
outside my only family. Actually, been the only family I've had really outside of my wife and kid now because I don't really have friends or anything anymore that I talk to on a regular basis because I can't really relate to anybody anymore. So there was that. All right. I'm starting to now, but usually it's just because now I run a business and I'm friendly with my employees. But that's about it. All right. My friends were in the Marine Corps, and A lot of them are out now, and we're all scattered all across the country. So there's
It's
that.
true. I mean, you're in West Virginia.
Mhm.
I'm over here in Ohio.
And
Not too far though.
yeah, I
but
was thinking
still.
about that because no, this is like we're in the tri-state area, so I was thinking about that earlier. And also one of my friends I went to the Marine Corps and joined the Marine Corps with, he's up in Ohio too. I think he's outside of Cleveland or something. I
Oh,
can't
wow.
remember. It's been a long time since I've been up there, and he moved recently, so there's that. But other than that, I still remember Van Horn. He's on my Facebook. He's up in New Hampshire, I think. All right.
Yes.
And there's a lot of us we have on Facebook, but usually, like I said, I don't. I said off the recording that I'm on Facebook for the meetings. I don't really talk or reach out that much. Right? That's why I was trying to actually respond to you getting me on the podcast, because it was one of the times that, for one, actually first time being interviewed for a podcast, and two, I get to reconnect with an old friend. So and help out her things she's got going on. Okay, what's next there, Sellers?
I appreciate that. No, thank you for coming on, because it's been a blast and whatnot. And now, you know what's what years were you in, like, in Iraq?
Uh,
Iraq slash Kuwait, because were you in Kuwait and then you went through Iraq, and then you like went through Iraq?
I was Kuwait. Kuwait was kind of like a middle
Hey Jay, you're muted.
into Iraq, and that was in 2008. As I left, we deployed from when I was on Lejeune, and I was in a combat engineer battalion, obviously, because that's where I was in Okinawa, but it was in Lejeune, and we deployed to Camp Al Assad in May of 2008, and I got back September, I think, if I remember right.
Wow,
Been many years.
can you tell me a story about I believe it was one of the funniest stories I've ever heard in my life. It was about you were in Iraq and there was something about the flies. There was like a particular fly that was bugging you.
Oh my! I still can't stand flies because of Iraq. I can't fucking stand anything that flies around me. I can't handle it. I just get the fuck away from me or I kill it. All right, because the flies over there were damn near the size of a good sized nickel, and they bite. All right, they're biting flies, and they're immune to bug spray, bug repellent, smoke. That does not matter. As a matter of fact, you smack one of them, they think you're playing, they go off and bring back friends and bite you even more. The fucking shit pisses me off. Yes, I could not stand them at all. Okay, especially if you had to go to the goddamn shitter, and because they're going to be around the damn shitter, so you're sitting there freaking sweating your damn balls off, looking at freaking stupid ass jokes on the freaking written up thing, and then getting bit in the face while you're trying to take a shit, and using toilet paper that's from Iraq, so you have to use a lot of the goddamn shit, and then trying to navigate that while trying to keep yourself from sweating in your face, and then getting bit in the face, and then one time, unfortunately, got bit in the ass by one of them. Yeah, that shit sucked because it came up through the goddamn thing and bit me on the ass. Yeah, I don't like flies at all.
Did you guys have wag bags, or did you shit in the barrels?
No, we actually Camp El Assad was actually nicknamed Camp Cupcake because it was we had our own PX and Mean Green Cafe and Subway and Domino's and all that kind of thing. So no, we had the Porta Johns. We didn't have any wag bags or anything like that. No, it was actually a former Air Force base, I think, if I remember right. I can't remember.
Oh wow, that's
so of course Air Force bases get everything good. So.
Well, hopefully you didn't get no splashback then from a Porta Johns, because that's still a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. But that's why you have showers. All right. I have people
right?
texting me now. Now all of a sudden I'm freaking I'm now all of a sudden I'm popular here. Can you give me 1 second? I am running a business. I
Yeah.
have to reply back to a text message. All right, and I'm back.
No
All right.
worries.
Sorry about
No, it's cool.
right.
Dude, no, it's
But
totally
yeah,
cool. I can edit that out.
hold on, say that again. I'm sorry.
I said, no, it's cool. I could like, once it's on like audio and shit, I could like edit it out or whatever. You know what I mean? I could just like, I'll just, because it's just like a long pause of silence. So like, if I ever edit things out, it's literally because like, it's like a random like long like you know what I mean like oh hey I gotta go to the bathroom or like oh there's a phone call or like oh like we're having this random fucking conversation. I'm just gonna like I'll just clip it out. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of
Yeah, no problem.
unnecessary.
I get it.
But for the
Cool.
most
So
part, do what?
I said, what's next?
Well, do you have any stories about any of your deployments? I mean, you've been to multiple countries.
Let's see.
Is there anything you want to share?
I have stories for days, but it's usually stuff that can get me incriminated for doing stuff I shouldn't have been doing. But I knew in
Do we need
Iraq.
to bleep out your face? Blur your voice?
I might be getting a hit for child support in the country I'm not in. So there's that. But I knew in Iraq, my best one was that I created my own brake shed, right? Because I was the only one that would actually work, and they had me working as a generator mechanic instead of water purification because there was no point in doing our job because we had bottled water. So they had me repairing the generators instead. And I was working with nothing but recalls at that point. So they weren't doing anything because they were already out. They were just back there and deployed to collect a check and go back to being a civilian. So I would be the only one that would work. So I got tired of that. So I was like, I found this shed that was off to the side of the bay and everything and got the power run into it. Had an AC put in, had my own refrigerator put in, and a lock that I only had the key to. So I would usually, if I needed to go hide off and just slack off for a bit, all right, I would already have an AC cooled place. All right, that was pretty awesome. And then I also got to see them test out for the first time these mobile missile launcher, like rocket launcher things on a truck. I can't really describe it. Like it's like a long flatbed, but it has a quad car on it, but it would lift up and you can shoot the missiles out of it and everything. They were test launching those right above the hill we were at because right across the way was EOD. So I got to see those. That was pretty cool. Discovered the joys of a sandstorm there, kind of in the wrong way because I was outside working and just out of nowhere. And end up looking like I'm Mexican and I'm not. So, but also end up looking like a raccoon because I had these goggles on because I still had to work, right? But sandstorm, so oh well. Deployments elsewhere, of course, I loved Thailand for all the wrong reasons. Right, came back but broke both times. Right, but definitely had fun. Right. I'm not going to talk about what I did there, right? Because that was definitely fun, though. All right, I have some stories from with Morales and Alcron and all them. Oh yeah, we definitely had fun.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
definitely had fun. All right, but I think my best stories were when just spending time with actual friends I made, and because what I would do over in Oki, usually on the weekends, we would play D&D or Dungeons and Dragons, right? And of course, I would always end up drinking while playing, and they usually have to go chase me down because I would just get up and wander, right? Or my best times, honestly, was when I would eventually break out my own grill and set up shop out front in the barracks and grill up burgers and just give them away. I would make a whole day out of it. Make a road trip, go to the PX, right? Get all the spices, get the meats, cook them up, and just serve my fellow Marines, all right? Because that's when my passion for cooking was really in full effect. But discovered afterwards, after I got out, that I didn't want to go the cooking route. I'd rather cook for myself and my family, but that's about it. Um, yeah, that's really only the that's one of the better times of being in the Marine Corps. Of course, I dealt with a lot of BS. All right, I've been up and down the rank roller coaster a couple times. I got ninja punched or NJP a couple times. Right, my own fault, but still can be salty about certain things and how they were handled. But still got back every rank I ever lost. So there's that.
Yay.
Um, what's up?
No, I said, yay. That's good.
I was just teed off that they didn't let me get sergeant before I got out because I had the cutting score for it.
Oh, no
But they made me
shit.
go get it height and weighted. Yeah, I had it. I should have been promoted before I left, but they made me go get height and weighted 2 days before I was supposed to get pinned. So, and I failed by half a body fat percentage, and they wouldn't let me slide through.
Oh, wow.
I was 100. I was 100 points over our cutting score too. Okay? So
Holy
yeah, I was a little bit salty when I got out. Right? Just still chaps my
dude, you
ass a little
should
bit,
have,
actually.
dude, you should try to cut weight, man.
They didn't give me enough time. Right, it was literally like a day and a half before the pinning ceremony because the staff sergeant and he was a sergeant or was he a staff sergeant? Morales, what was his name? Begins with Martinez. All right, they our shop head at the time. They found out I was supposed to be getting promoted, and they didn't like that shit. So yeah, they kind of
Oh,
screwed me.
wow.
Yeah, that's why I was a little bit mad when I got out. Freaking, I was pissed. Like I threw away all my shit. I wish I hadn't now, right? Because I was going to get promoted, and I was already at tenure, so I was already at 9 years in. In order to stay in, I had to get pinned to E5 or sergeant, and I was telling everybody I was going to get out. I wasn't getting out. I was actually going to get out and go over to Navy be a Seabeam, but I couldn't do that. So they didn't let me get promoted.
Right.
So, eh, shit happens. All right, but it worked out in the end for me now. So there's that.
So how is life after
All right.
service? What I know you went to college.
Um, well, actually, life for me after the Corps was actually kind of a struggle because I was bouncing around from job to job because I didn't know what the hell to do, and I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. I actually ended up almost being homeless and living out of my car. And I remembered that I had a GI Bill, and I was dating my wife at the time. All right, and she was already going to school, and I was like, yeah. I'm not going to live out of my car, so I'm just going to go to school, and they pay me to go to school, so I'll use that time to get back on my feet. Um, which I didn't even know what I wanted to go to school for, but I knew I wanted to go for actual something business related because I was tired of working for other people because it wasn't working out for me, and almost ended up making me go homeless. So actually, that's why I went to school was to actually avoid being homeless in the first place. Um, and figured out that I'm pretty good, have a pretty good business mind, and especially a good mind for numbers, or at least when it comes to money. I don't like math, but I can do it. But if it involves money, I can track it down. So I actually went to college for accounting and marketing and entrepreneurship. Found different majors, but in business, a lot of the classes are anyway. All right. Um, and I actually get an actual degree. I got a Regents degree, which is basically a bachelor's with no major because my wife at the time, because we were married then, she had finally gotten a job being a teacher down here, and she moved down to Fairmont. We were living up in Wheeling, West Virginia, which is on the Panhandle, and so I transferred schools, and they won about half of my classes and credits didn't transfer, and I only had a semester left on my GI Bill. Um, And I was like, no, I'm not taking out loans. All right, so I transferred back up to West Lib and got a Regents degree because I already had the credits. Um, in regards to what else I've been doing after that, I found the opportunity that I have now and that I'm doing now, of which I'm actually running my own business now. So I've gone from really struggling outside of the Marine Corps because it's all I really knew because I joined literally 9 days after graduating high school to getting out and not knowing where or what to go or what to do. Also had a heavy problem with drinking because you don't realize until you're outside of the Marine Corps that heavy drinking isn't really normal. Still struggling with that, honestly. All right, to be completely honest, but I've cut back a lot, but still struggle with that. Right, but I actually have a laser focus now because I'm actually running my own business now. Right, I'm actually now a new father. I'm happily married, have my own house, right, car. So I've actually gone from being pretty shitty when I got out because I didn't know what the hell to do to actually doing pretty well for myself now. So
Right.
there's that.
No, that's awesome. No, I got a little distracted for a second because there's a spider that's like I'm staring at, and I'm like low key, like, oh, that's not good.
Well, it's nothing like the ones over in Okie that are filmed. So
Yeah, no.
it's up to
Oh,
you whether you want to let it live or let it go.
oh no, I usually let them go. No, it just this thing just dropped its ass and just let some of the like that silk, that little butt silk out, you know what I mean? So it dropped down a little bit, but it's a tiny little thing. At least it's not like the ones in the banana spiders in Okinawa. Like one
Oh,
time,
dude, I almost ran into one of those over in what was that? What was that name of that bar that was in Yakuza bar? It was built into the mountain. You can like walk through and get to the other side, and they had all those wooden carvings and everything. They had like a mini Statue of Liberty or something.
oh
Do you know what bar we're talking about?
yes, it was like it was for to go to the caves and whatnot primarily.
Yeah, I remember I was going through there one time and go around one of the corners and banana spider right there. I'm like, oh shit, okay, we gotta go back this other way. Yeah, I almost had a face to face with one of those before. No, thank you.
Oh,
Thing was the size of a dick.
I ran into one of those during was it when we were doing forest light training in Okinawa? Like I ran I they made like I was always point man, so like they always made like so I always like ran into every fucking insect and every gosh damn banana spider you could ever
Yeah, no,
find.
no, thank you. Yeah, no, 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 thank you on that. All right,
Okay,
them and the Mahabu snakes. No,
what was the biggest spiders you've ever like? Have you been to Korea?
no, I have not been to Korea.
He's holy fuck, those spiders are fucking huge and dude, it's like they're on roids. I don't know like what the Chinese are fucking feeding them and shit, you know what I mean? But
I
those
don't know.
fucking South Korean spiders are fucking huge, boy. Was it
Yeah, no, no.
biggest spiders you've ever seen in the countries you've gone to?
That would definitely be Okinawa. Didn't really encounter any other wildlife outside of when I was in Iraq. We would get the camel spiders, which are pretty big ones too, and then usually get those and the scorpions, and usually put them in a box and let them go at it. We usually bet on that, but we're supposed to really do that, but we did anyway. Other than those things, the camel spiders I thought were huge, but they're like half the size of the good sized banana spiders over in Okie. So, yeah, no, 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 thank you on that. I haven't really encountered any other kind of things. I've always tried to avoid that spiders and everything over in the June because they have the brown recluses and people are you get bit once you don't catch that fast enough you get booted out because you have too much damage done from the brown recluses and everything. All my
Oh,
friends they actually got med for that.
is it like it eats some muscle
Right?
tissue,
So yeah,
right? Oh shit, the spider's gone. Fuck.
yeah, the venom will freaking like it'll just your muscle and fiber and everything will just decompose. Yeah, it's just no, no, thank you.
It's
It's
gross.
just disgusting.
You don't fuck with
What's
wildlife,
up
right?
now?
Oh no, I just said you don't fuck with
Nope,
wildlife, like by no means.
nope,
No fishing, no
no.
nothing.
I don't. Nope. I don't mess with any of that. I'll go on an occasional hike or whatever, and if I see something cool, all right. But I don't go tempting fate and try and mess with something that could probably give me an injury I don't really need. I'm kind of a cautious person. I don't really take unnecessary risks, right? And if I really want to know about it, I'll find it on YouTube or online or something, find a picture of it. Right. But that's about it. Right. I don't go tempting the fate. Some may say that's like cowardly or something. Oh, excuse me, or cowardly or something like that. But I just view it as being not risk taking, which is smart, right? Especially if you have other stuff to do.
Calculated.
Why tempt fate?
No, absolutely. Now, do you have any last minute advice or stories or any safe rounds that you want to say?
For any vets out, and especially if the military is all you knew, like me, all right, I literally did it almost just a month shy of 9 years, right? Was going to do a full 20. Right? It's all I, right? And I got out lost. All right. If you're still in, then I would say prep yourself because the outboarding training that you get is bullshit, and they don't really prep you for nothing. Right? If you have a valuable MOS, figure out its equivalent in the civilian world and whether you want to do it or not. Right? Or if you don't, then find a way to utilize the benefits that you paid for. Right? Such as your GI Bill. Right? Figure out what it is you want to do, right? And prep yourself to do it before you get out, right? Also, if before you get out, save money, all right? Save all the money that you can. Don't live paycheck to paycheck, right? Because they don't really teach us about financial management and financial responsibility when you're in. Right. Of course, you have those little correspondence courses or whatever, but everybody just cheats on those anyway and just copy somebody else's answers just because you're just trying to get promoted. You don't actually really read
You're going to
the
talk
shit.
about the
Right.
TSPs as well.
So, yeah. Right. If you can do college classes before you get out to help out, cool. But don't rely on college alone to try and figure out something. Right. If you're a more hands on person, there's plenty of options for vocational school. All right. Figure out how to get yourself a skill that can help you succeed outside of the military. Right. And then just have the do not quit attitude that we were trained to have in the first place. All right. Uh, for example, I'm running my own business that I do now. I run a marketing firm now. Of course, marketing is sales. All right. Sales is very tricky. Right. It's not for the faint-hearted at all. Right. Because you have to be willing to talk to somebody about something that you don't know at all to try and convince them to buy something and spend their hard-earned money. Right? It takes a certain type of personality to do that. You have to be very driven and very kind of alpha male-ish or alpha personality, like very. You're going to listen to me. You're going to do this, right? That's why I think the Marine Corps helped me with that, right? Because I was always that way anyway, right? And it was because I was trained to be a leader anyway, right? But in regards to what I went through here with COVID, because I was newly minted into my business January of 2020, because I was freshly incorporated. And 2 months later, March, COVID, right? And with what I do, I had to shut down my business for about 4 months, right? And I had to fire all my employees and basically what I was doing by myself 7 days a week, right? And that was really rough, right? But with the never say die mentality that we are trained to have in the first place, for the most part. Of course, there's our shitbags out there that don't really understand that concept and come up with excuses all the time. All right. I came up with excuses, but still I did my job and got it done. All right. That kind of mentality is what saved my business from going under last year. Right. And actually, what I do now, I'm actually running one of the top industries over on our side of the country now. Right. For in my industry, what I do. Right. And because of that, the hard work that you put in and you learn to do will make you succeed. Right. It's all about your attitude. Right. I never think I can fail at anything I do. Right. If I'm not going through a good spot, it will get better eventually. All right. It's just a matter of time. Right.
Right.
So the best advice I can ever give to anybody is to learn to protect your attitude. Right. Because your attitude in life will make or break you, one way or the other. Right? If you maintain a negative attitude all the time, you're just going to attract that shit into your life. Right? And you have reason to be negative about everything. Right? But if you are having negatives and you look at it in a different light, eventually ugliness will pass. Right? But as long as you stay strong to what you're doing, you will succeed eventually. Because hey, guess what? If you woke up this morning, hey, guess what? You just succeeded because you have lived to see another day. Right. So it's all in how you perceive everything, your perspective and your attitude. And if you protect that the most, you'll succeed at whatever you do, whether it be running your own business like I'm doing, all right, coming up with your own podcast like my girl Selage here is doing, or whether you're thinking about killing yourself, right? If you protect your attitude and seek assistance, right, you will be fine eventually, right? Does that make sense?
Yes, very much so.
Anything else there, Savage?
No, it's a very good message. I appreciate it. Appreciate your time as well. You sure you don't have
Hey, no
any?
problem.
Like I know, like you always got something to say. That's the best part. There's always very, very coy today. Very, very, very humble. I like it.
That's because my wife's downstairs. I don't want her here. Right? So,
Yeah. You
there's
probably
that.
get. Oh my gosh, dude! Like half of the stories that you probably tell would get you divorced and jail or extorted somehow.
Probably. All right.
I
So
mean,
I definitely have my fun.
this feels
Right.
like a black
But
box.
also I there's that, but I also have to think about this will be on viewing online, and I have a business image to maintain, so I'm not going to get incriminated for shit. I'm not some ugly politician who just airs his business out there. Yeah, no, I can't do that no more.
It's gonna air. Okay, the problem is the business is gonna air out regardless. It's just how you want to air it out. This is probably the most humane way to get it aired out. Like you know what I mean? It's just like I am scum, and this is who I am, and I'm just gonna let you know through radio waves.
Well, I've done a
I
lot of
mean,
shit.
you're not scum. Let's refrain. Like, let me reframe that. Like, you're not scum. First off, like, but you know what I mean. Like, but doing questionable things. But if they were legal at that time and place, like,
They were not. That's what I'm giving
well,
you.
then you're fucked, my friend.
Yeah,
And
so
let's
that's what
just
I'm not
keep
saying.
this. One more once.
But no. Honestly, there's a lot of stories that I have, but honestly, with my own medical problems with the alcohol and everything, honestly, a lot of my memories and stuff is kind of faded now.
Right.
Right. So there's that reason too. All right. I remember a lot of stuff, but a lot of stuff is kind of fuzzy. All right. And I'd rather not be one of those what we used to call a two bear. All right. Like, hey man, I got a bear. Hey, well, hey, yeah, well, I got two. And you always come and try and one up somebody on a story. All right. And I'm pretty good at bullshitting because I do it for a living in a sense. All right. And I'd
Right.
rather not do that on an actual story. I'm trying to tell it myself. All right. Um,
We love the honesty here. Thank you for that.
I'm an honest person because honestly, that's the best way to actually do sales, and that's what I do. All right, is if you do sales and you're not transparent and you're not honest, you won't be in sales for much longer because you'll lose out on your customers. All right, so there's that.
Huh.
Integrity is something very important to life, period, and what I do for a living. So there's just that.
I love it.
And
You're
I've never
still
really been one for bullshit anyway.
right.
All right, or making up shit. I'm pretty blunt to the point. Okay. Um, but that's how I also run the business too. I just have to watch my tone in this woke culture, PS PC bullshit. Anyway, so
It,
I have no choice.
you're shit. You're telling me. Uh, I'm trying. I'm trying just to have a fucking podcast here. Are you kidding me? Like, it's like I mean, like the gay. Oh my god, the gay community is so fucking woke too. Like, if that's gonna get me canceled, I don't give a damn. I'm not. It's gonna. This is staying. What I just said is gonna stay. This is my stand, man. I mean,
Well, I have views on that. All right. Do I care about your sexuality? No. Should you force it on other people? No. All right. That's your life. You live it. It shouldn't be a part of mine
hold
unless I
on,
want it to be.
hold
That's
on.
all
The
I say.
only time, hold on. The only time I ever force my sexuality is like if I'm at the bar alone and when some guy just randomly walks up like I'm gay, like where it's like I'm not even gonna hesitate, dude. That's when that's when I force my sexuality. You know what I mean? Like you come up to me at the bar, I don't care who you are, just leave me alone. I just want to drink. Like that's when I'll force my sexuality. Be like, no, I just want to say no, I'm gay, dude. Like I just want to say hi. No, I don't care, I'm gay. Like I'm just gonna force my sexuality at you.
Yeah, that's a good defensive habit, right? Especially if a bars are you're just trying to have a drink. And this is why I actually don't go to bars because last time I went to a bar, I got banned because I think I cracked my pool stick over somebody. So I don't go to bars anymore either because I have a pretty fiery temper.
Do you go to
So
pool
I
clubs at
think
least?
actually you remember me trying. Say again?
Do you go to pool clubs at
Sorry.
least?
I usually take my team and my employees out. We go out to team nights every weekend. Sometimes we go shoot pool. Um, I just don't do it as often anymore because I don't really have the time to anymore. All right, but I'm actually ticked off because that the stick I cracked over somebody's head is the one I had in Okinawa, and it was one of the only things I had left. And yeah, it's gone. So there's
Oh,
that.
oh my gosh.
I have no idea what I did actually. I have no idea, but that's neither here nor there. All right, that's a different story for a different day.
And with that, folks, we're gonna end it. Moral of the story: don't break your special pool stick from Okinawa over. Well, you said someone's knee or head.
I have no idea. I just know I'm missing. I was missing half of it.
Okay, well, it's MIA.
It got a good use out of it though, right? Probably because probably broke it over somebody who was pissing me off anyway. So at least it went out with a bang.
Was it before we end this? I used to drink Four Horsemen's for goodness sake.
Mm-hmm. These are no Coke for Horsemen. That was my drink. Right? And that's what I would usually do when I was on the pool table with the Japanese pool sharks. Yeah, that's where I got that. That's why I got that stick, and so I can start beating ass over there. And I remember I made three of those pool sharks leave in a row. And that was my best night ever. But yeah,
Oh yeah.
they're like Mr. Miyagi. Stick is ridiculous.
Oh shit. With that, folks, we're gonna end it. Thank you, Jay. Really
Thank you.
appreciate
So,
it.
all right.